Let's talk about Colston Loveland. This is Sports Gambling Podcast Network's NFL Draft Preview. Colston's just 20 years old. He's 6'5", 230. Last year was a little bit of a down year. He did play with a shoulder injury for the majority of the season. But this season, 56 receptions, 582 yards, 10.4 per catch, and had 5 touchdowns. Projected to be a mid-first round pick. You've seen him go earlier. You've seen him go, to the Jets or the Saints. You've also seen him go to the Colts at 15, Broncos. I do think he's probably more between the Colts and the Broncos in that 15 to 20 range. And it's just another dynamic tight end. You see how the position is changing and how it's being used. He is more of your pass catching specialist. He does block, and if you ask him about his blocking, he says just check the tape. I just saw him at the Combine yesterday, and people asked about his blocking, and he said, if you don't think I can block, then you don't know football, and you haven't watched my games. So go watch some tape and let me know what you think. Michigan, is a very, no block, no rock kind of team, and Michigan's also a run-first team. So it's not just inline blocking. He doesn't really get asked to do that much, and that's where his game's a little bit, needs more. But as far as out there blocking, linebackers, blocking safeties, getting out in space and getting people, he's able to do that and do it well. And I think that's more what he's talking about. With Colston Loveland, Daniel Jeremiah loves him. He's got him at the 7th overall pick, PFF 13th. Jeremiah is a lot harder. When he talked about him on his conference call, he talked about comparing him to Sam Laporta and what he does to that Detroit offense. You look at that full route tree, all 3 levels. You'd love to see that. He's not just someone that catches 5-yard, Jason Witten catches a 5-yard in or out and falls down. 90.2 receiving grade, 3rd yards per route per the tight end position, and 7th in yards after the catch. Just a rare combination of speed, number 2 receiving grade per PFF in all of college football. When he gets the ball in his hand, he can create some yak. He's very good with the ball in his hand, making guys miss. He's just very fluid runner after the catch. Some weaknesses, really, when you look at the tape last year, I think some of the concerns was that a down year or was it the injury? But he missed some time due to being injured. He did play through that, which is a credit to him, but he didn't play as well because of the injury. Routes need some polish, some inconsistencies on the footwork, need some more variance, some more moves to be able to set up defenders. He does know how to use leverage, but it's, he gets to the NFL. You're going to need to have more moves, and he'll develop that. Play strength, sometimes he gets knocked off of routes and he struggles a little bit when he's asked to be, inline blocker. Lance Zierlein compares him to Sam Laporta. NFL Draft Buzz compares him to Pat Freiermuth, and Jim Nagy gives him a Dallas Clark comparison. The mock draft landing spots for him are really like I said, 15 to 20, maybe a little bit past that. I don't think he goes inside the top 15. Colts, Broncos, Bengals, and Chargers were the most common landing spots. So, I think, you're more looking in the 15 to 25 range for Loveland. So, all right, this is the Colston Loveland episode. Next up is going to be Will Campbell.